back
Right.
from the grid.
So, but then do you have to tell the Department of Energy or anybody in the U.S. government or your state government or your city government that I'm using solar energy? So obviously they're going to give you some sort of an incentive?
Yeah, there is a federal incentive, tax incentive, there is a state tax incentive, there are plans, for example, in Long Island Power Authority also
Right.
has the incentive that if you put in solar energy, that they give you 35% of the cost.
That's what I meant to say.
Right, absolutely, they give 35%, approximately 35% of the cost, back to you, installation cost. Now that is all depending upon their budget, because see, Long Island Power Authority, it's up to their discretion. Whether, like for example, if they have set aside, let's say $5 million, and once that $5 million is over, the next person is in the line cannot get that money. Okay, so what our idea is that, we're going to make it so, cost effective that you don't worry about that, rebate.
I see.
Okay, and that's why the manufacturing cost for CIGS-based technology is about 40% cheaper.
I see.
Okay.
Now, this just started 6 months ago, your factory just...
Well, we are at the planning stage right now. We are at a planning stage. We haven't started anything yet. We are at a planning stage. We are currently, looking for, really financing. And that's why I've been going out to all these, government grants. I'm looking at the government grants. I'm going to Washington. I'm meeting all the congressmen. Like we have 5 congressmen from Long Island, and we have 2 senators from New York that they are all behind our project.
Right.
And we have a support from major organizations in Long Island.
So are you getting contracts already? I mean,
Well,
you got a commitment?
Commitment is, like it's in the work. We are applying for the grants. Obviously, we're going to need private funding also. The whole, funding is not going to come from one source. That, I know that. So I'm trying to do many different ways, okay, to put together the whole thing,
I see.
puzzle. Basically.
And how much does it cost for this whole thing?
The project cost is $45 million.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, and most of the cost is actually the tooling cost. Tool set, because tool set is like all huge vacuum, chambers where you have copper, indium, gallium, selenium. They are heated up to 2600 degree, 2500 degrees centigrade, and they become vapor. And once your material passes through there, depending on what material you use on the bottom, it sits right on as a vapor on the evenly, as if when you take shower in the morning with a hot shower, how everything mist goes on the walls.
Right.
Same way, it's going to put it on all material right there. So the tool cost and infrastructure cost is high, but at the same time, rate of return is about 20%. Okay, so there is a payback also. Yes, initial cost is there.
Right.
But once you put it in there, then there is a lot of payback.
Now, Piyush Joshi is the scientist who's behind you in this whole project.
With me is the technology, right?
Now,
he's my partner.
He's the one who experimented with this?
Yeah, he's the one who worked, Department of Energy, when they developed this technology, he was the one who was involved in this. So.
I see.
Yeah,
so is he evolving it more and more to make it more cost effective?
Well, the efficiency rating goes up. Like,
Yes.
efficiency rating right now, they have proven up to 19% in the lab, okay?
I see.
So what that means is that when we do this, the processes, these are processes, right? So we have to, kind of do an R&D, and we have to go up to whatever percentage we have now, up to 19%. We have a room to go up to 19%, and then we pattern that process.
Right.
Okay, so that's how it goes, basically.
Right. So now, let's say when you put this over the rooftops or over somebody's helmet to get the best energy out from there. Now, what happens when it's a bad rainy season or you have a tornado season? You don't get anything at that point of time. So where are we getting the solar energy from?
Well, as sun is always there, whether behind the cloud or
But
direct,
if it's like
right?
pouring.
But if it is pouring rain, yes, it may not generate the energy. Or it's better than the silicone base, because silicone base, what happens is when it's shadow, it doesn't generate anything. Versus CIGS, it does generate something, but it's not going to generate up to 19%. It may generate little.
Yes.
And when it's dark, obviously it's not going to generate anything.
So when you, especially in the winter time then, or, if you're, like in north, more like, Canada,
Right.
that area where, sun is not that, too long. The sunset is, goes like even 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the winter time. So how much can you conserve that time, the energy, solar energy?
See, in summer times, you generate enough energy
To
work all
take care
throughout
of it
this
in the winter time.
Right. Now, think about Germany. Germany is way ahead in alternative energy, solar energy, right? They are, I mean, last time I checked that they are like, almost 33%, houses are already solar.
Right.
Okay, so they are way ahead. And now Germany is at even higher altitude than us, right? Than New York. So obviously we are better off than them. They're
so
still
even
ahead.
extreme weather conditions do not affect this whole thing at all.
No, it will not generate energy at that time. Yes.
But it'll pick it up the
But
next
it'll,
time.
next time when the sun comes in, it'll again pick up.
Right. Now, are you getting this initiative planned out in India as well? Because India is getting high on solar energy and all alternative sources of energy.
India
wind
is
too, wind energy as well.
India is really booming, and I mean we are talking to state of Gujarat.
I see.
Okay, so we are talking to the chief minister level. So there is a possibility that we may be able to work out. And again, the question, everything boils down to financing.
Yeah, well, everything, but if you use this, what are they using at this point? Is it something similar to what you put out over here?
Everything is silicon. They use it now.
They're using
in
silicon.
India. India is all silicon based because what they do is silicon wafers. They import it from outside like China, Korea, Taiwan, and they assemble it there.
Okay.
Mostly it's done that way in India, mostly.
So when you're using this CIGS material over here, which is made up of different, you said it's
copper, indium, gallium, and selenium.
So all 5 different. So this, wouldn't that be better for them? Because according to what you're saying, pricing is a lot cheaper, and this kind of technology brings the cost lower.
Brings the cost lower, and also the durability also is probably same or more maybe.
Right.
Also, most important thing is lightweight, and another important thing is the flexible material. And the most, another important thing is that, the material used, which is copper, indium, gallium, and selenium, they are so small compared to silicon based.
Right.
So there are a lot of benefits.
But what's the, well, we know the downside because it's heavy and it's more expensive. What's the good side of silicon?
Well, good side of silicon is it's already 40-50-year proven technology. Okay,
That's
so
what
it's
it
been
is.
out there for a long time.
Right.
So that's a good side. But another bad side is that silicon supply is being controlled by only 3 or 4 corporations.
Right.
Which is
so
mostly
that brings
China.
the cost up.
Mostly
That drives
China.
the cost.
The cost they can increase whenever they want to. So silicon, mostly 90% of the silicon goes into electronic industry.
Right.
Whatever is left over, that comes to anything else.
Right. So with this this is relatively a new product. So it's in its teething
Relatively
stages. Yes.
new technology. Right?
So with the new technology, and it'll take a while before you get the patent and get this going.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
how much more time do you think you're going to take?
Well, see what if let's say for example I were to start today,
Right.
For tool set manufacturer, these are not like a ready-made tool set available in the market. Obviously, they do it. When we order it, then they start doing it. Okay.
Where are you going to get this material from? Like the silicone comes mostly from China. You mentioned.
Right. This
Where
is
do
all in USA.
It's all from USA.
Everything
so
is from
this
USA.
Is good.
Yeah, everything. All copper, indium, gallium, selenium is available in USA. The tool set that which we'll be using it.
Right.
It's the company's headquarters is right across from my office in Plainview, which is called Vico Instrument. They make the tool set for that. So this is going to be totally USA.
So that is the best.
That's the
good
best,
side
yeah.
of the whole thing
Good
because
side
you
of the whole
don't
thing,
have to go outside
Yeah,
to
you
get
don't
the
have to.
material from.
Exactly.
And what's your vision for this new solar energy panel? What's your vision for this new solar energy panel? What's your vision? Where do you go? Where do you think your product's gonna go?
Well, I believe that like this product, this new technology, the product that once we start doing it, there is going to be huge demand, which I just gave before that 2,000 megawatt needed by 2015 by the New York State only. And think about if I make 50 megawatt, that means I can sell 10 times. I will be sold for 10 more years. So that's number one. And second thing, we are going to try. Our plan is that after 3-4 years, we are also going into energy storage. Okay. So what happens that let's say for example right now in my example before I mentioned it to you that whatever more energy you generate during the daytime it goes back to the grid, right?
Right.
Now when we do a device, energy storage device, you don't have to send it back to the grid.
I
You
see.
store right here in your house, and at night whenever you need it, take it from there. So there are new inventions are going on already, to store the energy right there. So you don't have to.
Well, there will be a monitor or something that that how much is the energy
Absolutely.
level coming down to?
Absolutely. Yep.
So that next day you need some more to get this
It
moving.
will give you whole information, everything it will give you that, okay, how much your dryer is using, how much your washer is using, how much your lights are using, everything it will be there, like it's all software driven.
Do you face any more challenges? I mean, you got your biggest technology product, that's silicone, that's, you got to compare yourself to them because they've been there for the longest time, and this is a new technology, new product. Besides that, any other challenge you think you're going to be facing?
No, actually, this is actually a proven technology. It's a new technology, but it's proven. Like already.
But it'll take a while to work with other people.
I would say, only.
Starting with Long Island, of course.
Only time that I can think of is setting up the infrastructure.
The plant.
Okay, the plant, right. Because see, what happens that, this is already being used in Japan and Germany.
Yes,
They are already doing this CIGS
This one,
technology.
this particular
CIGS,
one.
right,
Okay.
CIGS. They're already doing it.
So CIGS has already been.
CIGS already being done.
checked
right,
out,
already being, right,
yes.
it's tested.
So there is a litmus test done by those two
Absolutely.
countries. So over here only they have to try it out and see how it works out for them.
Exactly. Over
So
here, nobody has done it. Now there's only one plant in Colorado, which is 5 megawatt plant. It's a small plant.
And this is 15.
This is going to be 50 megawatt. So, we were first in New York, I believe. I believe first in New York.
Well,
Nobody
you were
has done
the first one to put it out then.
it. If we do that, yes. For now, as far as I know, that nobody else does it.
That's great. Well, we wish you all the very best in this great solar energy endeavor that you're putting up, because that's the future of energy. We see that because of what's happening in global warming, the oil spill, which has become, we know that it's everywhere in the news. It's spilling all over the news every day. And this is a new way of getting your energy through this, and new product, and it's through the RESQ Solar Corporation, of which Raj Mehta is the CEO. Thank you very much, Mr. Mehta.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for inviting me.
And I'm Renee Lobo. Thank you so much for watching the Renee Lobo Report.